All right. So, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to the webinar on, how a newbie or a novice can get started. Um, you know, Real estate really can help you build wealth, and wealth means different things for different people. Um, but most people, correlate that with financial freedom. So, I think that this webinar is going to be some mindset and some tactical things. We're going to look at both sides of the coin, if you will. This is a mind strategy and a tactical. You need to have certain behaviors in this industry to move forward and to have some successes. So hopefully, we're going to touch on a lot of different aspects of real estate and how to get started and where to get started. Um, I think that having a roadmap is really key, and real estate is no different than any other business where you need to have some strategies and how to get there from here. Um, I'm speaking from experience. I can tell you that the industry lacks, a lot of strategy to help people figure out how to get there from here. There's a lot of good information out there. There's a lot of good folks out there doing different aspects of the industry. I saw a gap in, helping people to move the needle. And so that's, kind of where I'm here today, why I'm here today, to try to add some value to people's journey and how to leverage real estate. And so with that, I just have to share that this is my opinion, my analysis, my experiences. This is not legal or tax advice. This is basically me trying to pay it forward to folks that want to reach out and start a relationship. One of the things is real estate is a team sport, and I'm always looking to network with like-minded folks. And again, this is my way of hopefully paying it forward and bringing some value into your journey. And that's kind of where I'm at in my journey. I'm always seeking to get to the next level, and I hope that you get some value out of this webinar today. So here we are. You ready to begin? This is, definitely a lifelong journey. This is not a get rich quick, as much as you may, get marketed to throughout your education search journey. I'm here to say that this requires a consistent and concerted effort on your part to achieve your financial wealth goals. So, our friend, from the steel industry, Andrew Carnegie, he absolutely, was spot on with this quote. A lot of, many, 90% of the millionaires, get there by owning some real estate. We have some folks on the West Coast here today. If you're one of the fortunate ones in some key markets like LA, San Diego, San Francisco, owning real estate in those markets, if you were there for, the last 10, 20 years, you did quite well, with your primary, residency. But if you were fortunate enough to add some additional, real estate in those markets, you would see some exponential growth in your wealth. Today, trying to get into those markets and to expand on those markets may be very cost prohibitive. And, so that could be potentially one of the strategies for you is, how to leverage your dollars, elsewhere or in different aspects of those immediate markets. So we can talk about some other strategies, to potentially grow your portfolio in those markets. Just want to, touch on, COVID. We've, for those of us who've been in the multifamily, rental markets, we have gone through the last year of quite a strange time, and it was challenging in some respects. Again, the eviction moratorium remains in place by the federal government till the end of June, during which time the evictions are paused. There are some movement. Courts are open, and some cases are being heard on a state-by-state basis. This is a federal mandate, but doesn't necessarily trickle down to the states. There are some other aspects of this protection from forcing some repayment agreements, and there's some money's been involved for the tenant relief act to pay their rent. So there's the administration jumped in quickly to try to provide some monies there. There has been some relief for the landlords. In some cases, may still be a burden, and there's probably going to be some foreclosure spike in the near future in all assets, single, residential multis, and then commercial multis. And so, we are positioning ourselves, and these are times where, you should be positioning yourself to seek good deals on some properties. So anyway, I think, for those of you who may not be in real estate, there's a lot of different aspects of the advantages of investing in real estate. Myself, I enjoy investing in real estate, physical assets, if you will, because I can enhance and manage the performance of the asset myself and my team. And so if you are of the mindset, that you enjoy learning and engaging and improving a piece of real estate in maybe in a neighborhood, you enjoy improving the property in a neighborhood that needs this property to be improved, because it may be a blight on the neighborhood, or if you enjoy forced appreciation, where you can increase the value because of your ability to improve the property, those are all reasons to consider real estate. So we call that, maybe one of the reasons is that, you enjoy, a piece of real estate, forced appreciation, where we appreciate it, force appreciate it. There are some market dynamics, and, real estate is cyclic, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. We, as a general rule, do not, follow the trends for the reason of, we enjoy force appreciation. If the market, and we position ourselves financially, that the asset is a good performing asset because of our activities and not because of the market dynamics. But it's not to say that you're not aware of the market dynamics and what is going on, and we'll talk about that. Cash flow is the money you have left after, all your expenses are paid. So, really at the end of the day, this is what's going to improve and increase your wealth, is have the ability to have some money left over at the end of the month so that you have some extra cash to spend. Depreciation, again, it's a tax advantage. Leverage, You can put down 20, 25% on a property, and you can own a much larger, asset with some only a small percentage of a down payment. And then tax benefits. There are other write-offs that you can take advantage of, and and so everybody has a different reason why they get into real estate. Maybe you have a large W-2 income and you're trying to offset it with, the tax code is written for people to entice them to invest in real estate. So the benefits, the tax write-offs are there. So, I encourage you to talk to your CPA, understand your situation, and consider, real estate for all of these benefits and more. So again, I spoke and I mentioned that we're going to talk a little bit about mindset. I really think that this is one of the major pillars of success in real estate. You need to commit. You need to decide that real estate is going to be your source of wealth creation. Most of you, myself included, continue to have a W-2 job. That you can do both. I'm here to tell you that you can still have a job and still create great wealth in real estate on a part-time basis. And we can, and you'll have an opportunity to talk to me more about just how we do that. But you have to commit. You have to commit time. Some monies. And you just have to decide. And you're not going to read everything you need to do in a book, and then you have to take action. There are a lot of different strategies, and I'm here to tell you I've done a lot of them, and you will learn about yourself and what you enjoy doing by doing, right? So there are different strategies and different niches, and depending on the market you're in and where are we in the cycle, in the overall broader real estate market, what strategies you should employ. There's a lot of considerations, but these are all kinds of ideas for you to consider. And there's some of these, some people, they buy poor debt and tax liens, and they're, the list goes on and on strategies and niches, on ways of you can get involved in real estate. Until you do it, you really don't understand, learn about yourself and what you like to do. And so, I just wanted to put that out there of possible strategies, and all of these areas. In commercial alone, there's several different. Commercial includes large multifamily properties, so these are 5 units or larger. It could be development, developing of property. It could be mobile home parks. It could be self-storage units, all in this commercial bucket. So there's just a lot of options for you. And depending on where you are in the journey, like most people, you may decide to start with single-family residencies, but even that requires a certain strategy. And so, we're going to talk more about that. But, the real estate market is a huge field. You can get pulled in a million different directions. You need to decide and commit, and then you need to focus, and you need to decide to stay the course. And so, and I'm not saying you need to do this all by yourself, but you and your mind need to decide, and you need to focus. Then you need to shop. You need to shop for some deals. These are just some ideas of where you can get some deals. You can find a friendly agent. You can send mailings directly to properties. You can drive around for dollars, looking for properties that may be in a distressed situation. You can get on Craigslist, Backpage, um, Bigger Pockets, and the list goes on and on. I think that you know they're uh, they're online lead providers, and you need to get the word out. Tell your friends and family that this is what you're doing, and put out some business cards. There's just a lot of ways to get the word out that you're looking to buy. And it'll take some time, but once the word gets out, leads will start to come in, and you'll find some deals. So having leads come in is just the beginning, right? Then you need to analyze, and you make your money when you buy, you get paid when you sell, right? That's the saying that I like to use. Here's another one, right? If you don't have the math going into the deal, you'll never get the right profit coming out of it. Um, it's basically saying the same thing. You need to buy the property right? So again, there's another strategy to going into a deal. And right now the market is quite strong, to say the least, and people are jumping in, and I can guarantee there are people buying properties incorrectly. And what is the outcome? Well, the outcome is, if you're one of those folks, you buy the property wrong, incorrectly, uh, that property can hurt your credit. It can require a lot of time. It could weigh you down. And what that'll do is cause you to not have the opportunity to grow. If you're looking at this as a business, there's a time reward equation to this business. In other words, if you buy the property wrong, you could get really bogged down in the weeds, and then you'll take your eye off of growing your business in general. So you want to buy the right deals. And that's, I can't say that enough, right? So, again, the number one skill is you have to know how to analyze the deal. And so, if you stick around to the end of this webinar, I'll make an offer to you that may be of value to you. We'll talk a little bit about finance. I think that most people that get started in real estate, they always, get hung up on, I don't have any money. But, there are a lot of different ways you can buy a property, and you can buy it creatively. Yeah, of course, cash is king, and cash helps. You can get loans, rehab loans. You can do partnerships. Maybe you create a partnership where, you and somebody who does have the money. Maybe you are a contractor type individual, very handy, and you're willing, and you're a person who finds the deal. Um, you know, those are, I partner with people all the time that have those two skills, right? They found the deal, and they can manage an on-site contractor team. And I have the money. I partner and do private lending on some deals. So, there's a lot of creative ways. If you own your own residency, a home equity line of credit, maybe you can get seller financing, where the owner holds back paper, lease option, hard money lending. So those are, very high interest rate loans, but those are available in every market across this country. Private money, the BRRRR strategy. So you buy, you renovate, you refinance, and you move on to the next one, right? So that's the BRRRR strategy. And then there are many, many other ways that you can make money in real estate without having with little to no cash. So, you know, I can honestly tell you, when you have a great deal, uh, typically an off-market deal that nobody else knows, financing will become much easier. You will find, the money one way or the other, either you or somebody you know in your network. And I'm here to tell you, it is a pure fact that you can make money with no money in real estate. Um, so there are strategies that you can use to leverage and get started with no money, right? So it's not going to work on every deal, but if you have, leads coming in, you have the ability to find deals. I am sure that a small percentage of them will allow you to do the deal with no money. And we can talk about that. Okay. Um, you know, in step 6, buy, manage, and find freedom. So, you know, I don't want to belittle the manage aspect of your assets, but I'll tell you that a skill set that's very important in this industry is your ability to manage a property, right? So manage tenants. If you decide to do a buy and hold, right? So that is one strategy, buy and hold. Be a landlord. Um, you know, it does have its drawbacks. I agree. But again, you're building for cash flow. Why cash flow? The reason why I like cash flow is it's stable, and you should like it too. If you like stable income, that's cash flow. If you like inconsistent and, but no landlording, you can do flipping, right? You can rehab, you can flip, you can wholesale. So again, property management is a key aspect of this business and is a skill set that you will learn. Um, but we can talk about that. There are other strategies to manage a property without you being the one to answer the phone call. So, there's a whole world in that you can learn about, and we can talk more about that at another date. So we talked about some of the mistakes that new investors make. I just want to touch on them again and maybe expand on them. You buy the wrong deal, you analyze the deal incorrectly, um, or you never get started, right? You think that, because you don't have any money, it's going to stop you from pursuing your goals, right? Um, you know, everybody is an expert in real estate. Everybody that owns their own property thinks they're an expert. Um, and so you take their um, advice to heart and you listen to them, and guess what? You stop doing investing in real estate because of the negativity. Like right now, the market's hot, right? People are probably telling you can't make money in real estate right now. Well, that is absolutely 100% incorrect. Um, so, and even people that have done multiple properties, um, when you look at it, they've never made a dime on their properties, but because all they did was they jumped from one property to another through their lifetime, they think they've made money. But in the end of the day, they spent a lot of time, they spent a lot of money on each one of those properties, and when you do the math, they've made zero profit. So they don't know how to approach and analyze a deal to make sure they make a profit. So I just these are some of the main mistakes that I see. I lived through too when I got started. I mean, it's not I've been doing this for over a decade now. And, I'll share a little bit more about my, story at the end, but, it, you have to do it to live it to learn from it. And you just have to, again, commit, and I can't say that enough. So when I did my first investment property, I can um, understand this kind of feeling. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a mentor. I just decided myself, and this is how I felt. I don't encourage anybody to kind of jump into it all by themselves. I encourage you to, surround yourself with some mentors and some folks who have done it, right? Get educated. You're here today. You're taking time out of your busy schedule, and you want to get educated. So kudos to you that have showed up here today. If this is your very first step in this direction, there'll be many more of these opportunities to come. But again, congratulations. So, again, this is, no different than anything else, but, you got to set some goals, and I think, honestly, it's tough to set goals when you don't have a path. Again, real estate is a huge quagmire of opportunities and options, and you can get jerked around, chasing, the next newfangled fad, right? And I can tell you that usually, you're to the party too late. So, the idea is really to set a very strategic plan in place. And then from there, you can set goals. And, we can talk about that. Now we'll kind of switch over to some very simple, tactical, pragmatic kind of approach that, may not be the fastest strategy, but it is one possible strategy, right? You want to start with, if you want to be financially free, whatever that means to you, you need to decide, what is it going to take to to cover your earned income, right? So let's say it's, $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month. Well, you need to achieve $3,000 a month in additional income to cover that, right? And we're going to assume it's going to be, real estate, right? Cash flow, or capital gains, right? Capital gains is the appreciation of an asset. So it could be from flipping, it could be from wholesaling, or it could be from rental income, right? Cash flow. So you got to add it up, and and then we got to figure out, right, what your strategy is going to be to accomplish that $3,000 a month to cover it, right? So what is it going to be? Well, it's all based on your individual situation. Do you have rentals right now? Are you flipping properties right now? And, so based on that and what you have coming in, we can really start to put together a plan on the actions and the goals that you need to do in order to reach that $3,000 income a month, so that you will have the option, you will be financially free, right? So again, I think there's a lot of good information out there, but really helping somebody really know what you need to do, put one foot in front of the other to reach that goal, is really, my passion, my team's passion, and I think there's a big gap in the industry to help people achieve this. But anyway, you get your first one, right? Kudos to you. You're making some money. You're making $200 a month in cash flow. Let's say this is a single family, right? You know, you buy it, and you get a tenant, right? You screen a tenant. You need to learn how to screen tenants, right? The biggest 90% of a successful rental is your ability, my ability, our ability as landlords to screen a tenant, right? that'll save you 90% of the headache if you get the right tenant in your property. So that is how you're going to add value, right? That is how you're going to show to the bank that you have, here's a lease agreement, here's my profit and loss statement, and you're going to take that to the bank, right? And you're going to add value to that property, and you're going to add equity to that property, and with that lease in your hand, you're going to go to the bank and you're going to qualify for another loan, right? And you can find other ways to get monies, right? You can use credit cards. You can leverage credit cards. Now, I don't encourage you to leverage a credit card on a long-term, rental hold property, buy and hold. But for a flip, it may make sense. Or use the credit card to take advantage of a short-term good deal on a buy and hold, and then you can go to the bank and cash out refi, right, with a regular loan. So there are a lot of ways, and finance is a big strategy on how you can leverage, and that's the beauty of real estate, is leveraging. Okay, you want to buy your second property. All right, now you're getting going, right? You've got the first one stable. Now you want to go find another property, right? And you want to find another good deal, right? We, at least when you're getting started, one skill or one policy that I use is I never pay market rate, retail full market rate. I always buy at a discount. And I think that's a good strategy for you and to anyone who's looking to add additional properties to their portfolio. Because if you're buying at retail, you're really betting on market appreciation, right? Not forced appreciation. You're really at the mercy at the market. And if you buy at a discount, okay, in any market, if the market takes a step back, you're not completely going to be wiped out, right? And you make sure that you have good cash flow, because as long as you have cash flow, right, you can still pay your mortgage and you can hold out and wait for the market to come back up again before selling for profit, right? So there's a lot of reasons and a lot of benefits of buying property at a discount, right? So I would encourage you to try to do that. And it's, important to point out that real estate is a relationship business, and relationship doesn't stop at your banker, right? You're not going to, the more bankers you can create a relationship with, the better off you will be. They're in it to, and it can start with your local bank, which I encourage you to do. We call that a portfolio bank. Portfolio banks sometimes hold paper in-house versus selling it on the secondary market. They can have more liberal terms in creditworthiness and loan-to-value packages, products that they can lend on your deal if they hold the paper in-house. So, relationships with your local banks can be very lucrative in supporting your journey to financial freedom. A lot of investors, if you're of the mindset that you just want to add a couple properties, couple units, you could probably do that based on, just, minimal knowledge, right? But if you really want, you love this business and you want to continue to grow, you're going to have to really, dig into this and continue to, add property and learn new strategies on how to do that, right? And, maximize your occupancy, don't lose sight of managing of your properties, right? So, either you do it yourself or you hire a third-party property management company. you still have to manage that property management company, right? And we call that being an asset manager. So, there's a skill set in that and of itself, right? So, um, you know, this business is, trial and tribulations and learning constantly. It's a people business, and you know, um, you're going to try some things and they're not going to work, and you're going to have to try some other things, right? But as long as you have a straight and narrow plan, um, you know, success will come. You will never be successful in this business without showing up. You need to show up, you need to be active, and great things will happen for you. And like right now, now you may be, if you have property and you're on the fence of, should I sell or not? I don't know. It's up to everybody's individual situation. Um, I it really depends on the equity that's, when you bought the property, how much equity is in the property. How long is it going to take you to gather that kind of capital, right? From renting, cash flow, right? If you can cash out today and pocket, 100, 150, $200,000 of capital gains, versus $200 cash flow a month, it's going to take you an awful long time, right? So that's a personal decision on your business journey. But that's kind of how I sometimes look at these. Yeah, okay. And there's some tax strategies you can leverage so you don't pay taxes on that capital gains. 1031 exchange, or opportunity zones. If your property maybe is a part of an opportunity zone that you're looking to sell, there's opportunities and different strategies to help you make this decision, I guess, is the important takeaway here. Um, you know, I talked about the broader market dynamics. Everybody knows real estate is cyclic. Um, just think if, you had bought a bunch of foreclosures, back in 2009, 2010, when everybody was running for the streets. Warren Buffett, always says, when people are, running from the streets, he's running in, right? So, um, I bought some properties back then, and I still own them today. Um, they're great on the balance sheet, and they're great because they really help you with your story with the bank, right? So, opportunities will be coming. Educate yourself, be ready, right? Just maybe to show it a little, if you're a visual learner, just to kind of give you some idea of the process. And this sinusoidal line here is the real estate market, and it gives you an outline of the individual market situations and ways to, where are we in the market? And I would think we're in the brown section of the marking, right before the peak, right? Still an opportunity to make money in real estate, no doubt. But the strategies, again, there's some fundamental strategies that we take that allows us to make money regardless of where we are in the cycle. So, uh, you, you know, probably talking a little bit in Greek, and I don't mean to be, not explaining the strategies to you, but it's just a big topic, and we've got a limited time to really dig into these topics. But I'll provide an opportunity for you to maybe dive deeper with me and my team. Listen, I get it. I was where you are today, or at least, you know, I'm a I'm a corporate guy. I made the decision that corporate America um, can be not so kind to workers, right? we are at the mercy of the company. Um, and I had a life event back in the in 2008 timeframe, and I just decided that I was going to take matters into my own hands. And so my education journey and my real estate journey began, right? And so I've done very well. I mean, I'm not saying that to impress you, but I'm just impressing upon you that you can do it too, right? And there's some things that some advice I would give, so that and I have shared a lot of different advices, advised you throughout this webinar. But it is a lifelong decision. It's not a get rich quick, and I said it before, and I'm saying it again, right? And so if you have that mindset that you're committed, you're going to make this work. I am, confident that you will achieve a level of success that you will not achieve otherwise. I can guarantee you that. So now, I'm really enjoying giving back. I'm meeting some great people, and I want to continue to give back and try to share some value. I am going to dive deeper into finding deals and how to invest with little to no money. So there's a whole box of strategies that you can use to find deals in any market. So we're going to get into that, right? That one will be July 14th at 12 p.m. I want to, again, everybody's situation is different. I want to make this offer. The first 5 people who email me within the next 30 minutes, I'd love to give you a free strategy call. Maybe, I really didn't think of the duration, but at least 30 minutes, right? If you need longer, hey, we can both decide, yeah, we're getting some value. We'd like to continue or not, right? But at least at the start, I think it's going to take, 30 minutes, to really have some semblance of a strategy and provide some value to you. So, well, this is, I have a couple different companies. This is my commercial company, LaBrec Capital. I have a residential business as well, LaBrec Realty Solutions. My wife and I started these businesses back in, the early 2000s. Um, you know, we're banging on single, duplexes, triplexes, and we've closed some commercial apartment buildings. We are moving around the country and buying assets in what we call emerging markets. These are markets that show higher demand for rental property. And so the population is growing, there's jobs growing, there's very high demand for apartments. And so those are the markets that we're seeking out now. But we coach students across this country how to flip property and other aspects of the business and just getting started. We still hold some smaller assets ourselves, but my email address is right here, Brian at LaBrecCapitalInvestments.com. You can send me an email if you'd like to have a strategy call with me and my team. So the first 5 people that send me an email in the next 30 minutes, we'll schedule a call with you. You can check out my website, LaBrec Capital, and you can get the free downloads for some ebooks, a couple podcasts. So we're around. We're active in the business, and we'd like to hear from you and see what we can do to help you get to the next level. So with that said, I would, take any questions. Maybe if you'd like, I can. It's a little bit at top of the hour. I know some of you folks may have to, go back to work or whatever your time constraints are. Again, I would love to have a one-on-one call with you if you'd like to dive deeper and please send me an email and I hope you enjoyed today's webinar and I hope to talk to you in the future. Thank you.